So we are loading in here. Heat race number 1. Remember, top 4 advance in this race, and we also invert 4. So the fastest qualifier in this heat race will start 4th, and the 4th fastest qualifier in this heat race is going to start on the pole, and that driver is the driver of the number 13 car. It is Matthew Williams. Weston Newell in the 222 is to his outside. Kevin Hanley and Hayden Cardwell make up row number 2. Shea Paulo and Curtis Merriman, row number 3. Jordan Hack and Anthony Marvulio, row number 4. And then we are currently waiting on Blake Majulis and Dustin Helms to load in here in the final row. They have not too much more time here, so hopefully they get loaded in. We'll be good to go. We did get clarification last night. Driver of the 238, Anthony Marvulio. The G is silent. Marvulio. That's it, Marvulio. We had to get help from the man himself, but he straightened us out. So, looks like Dustin Helms is going to get loaded up. Still no sign of Blake Majulis. Peyton Grease saying he left a DSRL race running 4th in the feature to come here. Well, we're glad to have you, Peyton. Yeah, it is loading up, prime time. I got it set to refresh every single time, and it does its job, that's for sure. But maybe I need to change my settings to start saving some of these paint schemes. So we are rolling here for heat race number 1. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance to tonight's A main. We do have 5 heat races. So the guys that finish 5th and 6th should end up in the B main, 7th and 8th to the C, and 9th and 10th to the D. Gonna have plenty of racing action. You can see as these cars go around already. Typical Eldora, it's kicking up dust off the pace truck. I gotta take a shot there. Oh man, don't let Robert Ballou know. But you can see the dry line starting to form there in the middle of the track. These guys going to have to go above or below that. Not too many going to be running in it. Maybe sliding through, but we're going to go green here for 10 laps. Matthew Williams and Weston Newell leading them down. Cardwell in the 019, slapping the wall there down the front stretch. He's going to get it straightened out. He's racing with Kevin Hanley there for 3rd spot. Both of these guys in a transfer position at the moment. Cardwell on the high side going to secure 3rd spot and set his sights on the 222 of Weston Newell, who is right on the back bumper of Matthew Williams. Williams with a little bit of a slip there going into 3. That gave Newell an idea to make a move. Here comes Cardwell on the bottom of the racetrack. Going to slide up, unable to hold that position there on Newell, but Newell into the fence. That's going to give Cardwell another look. Still a good run around the high side. Those two side by side down the front before switching over. Cardwell back to the top. Let's go a little farther back here. Well, we're going to wait because Cardwell making another move for 2nd. He's got the inside line. Newell now wanting to make a pass here on Williams, trying to hold off Cardwell. Every spot counts in these heat races. One position in the top 4 in this heat race is worth 4 spots in the A main. So you have fewer cars to pass. Cardwell into the fence. He's going to hold on to it, still in 4th. But like I was saying, fewer cars to pass if you can stay up front in this race. And we are watching right now. Dustin Helms has made his way from 10th on the grid, currently 5th, and he is working Hayden Cardwell for the transfer spot. Here he comes to the bottom of the track. He's got it at the moment. It slides up in front of Cardwell. Can he pull the over-under? Cardwell's going to go for the slide job here in turn 1. Not going to stick. Give Dustin Helms the final transfer spot at the moment. I got to imagine that contact that Cardwell had with the wall gave him a little bit of damage as we were watching that, Weston Newell made a move for the race lead. 2 laps left in this race for Weston Newell to take heat race number 1 victory and earn himself a pole position starting spot in tonight's A main. Weston Newell, Team SETI driver, making it look easy. Here he comes off of turn number 4. He's going to take the checkered flag and win heat race number 1. Williams second, Hanley third, and Dustin Helms coming home in 4th. Tough break for Cardwell, who drops back to 6th spot. You can see him exiting early. I do believe that is a sign of frustration with that damage that he probably had. We got shout-outs for Weston in the Twitch chat. Also, J-Ray rooting for Cardwell. So, heat race 1 in the books. We're going to move on to heat race number 2 here. Currently sitting in that top spot, starting on the pole in the 9 Mode Motorsports, it is Justin Thomas. And to his outside, in the Elbows Up Sim Sportman number 98, it is James Tiernan. John Lepresto inside row number 2 in the 71, with Craig Dunn to the outside in the 57. Chris Roberts and John Lowe in the DOB machines make up row number 3. Dustin Sargent and William Duvall, row number 4. And rounding out your field is Anthony Lepresto and Mark Broderick. Tuna Can 79 in the Twitch chat. That's Billy Rowley. Looks like he's still having trouble with his internet. So not making the call for race number 1 here. Hopefully that gets sorted out. I had some problems with internet yesterday before we went live on the broadcast. There's so much rain in Indiana right now that it's just everything's underwater, nothing's working. Weston Newell, winner of heat race number 1 in the Facebook live chat right now. Congratulations on that win. We're watching Justin Thomas and James Tiernan bring us down here for heat race number 2. 10 laps the distance, top 4 will advance. Thomas to the inside. He's got a good jump, but Tiernan had a really good start, able to stay with that 9 car, and here he comes to the inside in turn 3. Tiernan not really working that slider line. I thought he'd pull up a little higher there in front of Thomas. He did not, but then a slip off of 4 is going to give Thomas another look, but unable to hold on to that pass. And he's going to settle, maybe not settle into second. Another charge there for the Mode Motorsports machine. Good battle here for the race lead. Tiernan going to try the over-under after a slide job from Thomas. Back to the front goes the 98, but the 9's not giving up. To the bottom of the racetrack, here he comes off the 4, side by side with Tiernan. And now Tiernan once again has to try to dip to the bottom of the track, but this time Thomas able to hold him off. Let's go a little farther back. We got a hell of a race for the lead, but right now it is John Lepresto and Craig Dunn in the final transfer spots for this race. 5th place belongs to Anthony Lepresto, and Chris Roberts is currently 6th, trying to make his way forward. Starting to settle down there. We can tune in here to Craig Dunn. You can see those 2 cars behind him. Here comes Roberts working on Lepresto. Right now, Dunn is doing everything he needs to do to make his way into the A main. These guys are hoping he makes some sort of mistake so that they can make some ground on him. He's going to start doing battle with John Lepresto. It's entirely possible that we can see it there. I tell you what, though, sitting in 5th right now, Anthony Lepresto is starting to pull closer to these 2 machines. John is in 3rd, kind of held up the 57 of Dunn there for a moment. That allowed Anthony to reel him in. Dual Lepresto's doing work here in heat race number 2 as the laps wind down. We got 2 laps of green flag left. Out front, it is still Justin Thomas, James Tiernan in 2nd for the moment. You can see Tiernan working a little higher line there. Track starting to slick off. Last chance here for Tiernan. Thomas coming off of 4, looking at the checkered flag. He's going to take heat race number 1. And it was close there at the finish, but it was John Lepresto in 3rd and Craig Dunn 4th. And those are the drivers that will move on to tonight's A main. heat race number 3 coming. Waiting on Blake Cannon and Matthew McKinney to get loaded up. McKinney, of course, winner earlier this week in 360 competition. Same weather conditions here so far. It seemed like that sun started to poke out, but still saying mostly cloudy, 66 degrees. That will change. Dynamic weather in play, but probably not so much here. So let's look at the starting lineup here for heat race number 3. Top 4 will advance to the A main. And on the pole, it is the Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan in the 22 machine. To his outside in the 36, it is Nathan Davis, driver for the Black Diamond Motorsports. Dustin Griffith inside row number 2 in the 82. And the Swindell Speed Labs driver of Blake Cannon to his outside. Peyton Grease inside row number 3 with John Harper to the outside. John Bragman and Bruce Wright the third make up row number 4. And rounding out your field in the 51, it is Matthew McKinney and Glenn Rockefeller Jr. in the 420. Get back up front here, getting ready to go green, 10 laps. Like we said, top 4 will advance. Let's see who can make their way in here. We've got some fast drivers back there going to try to vie for those top 4 spots. Blake Cannon is the fastest qualifier in this heat. These guys are fighting for the inside second row spot in tonight's feature. Hannigan with the gas. Good jump for Mason. It's going to allow Davis to settle in there on the high side, but Griffiths was the man that had a run on him. Here comes Griffiths once more to the inside. Blake Cannon looking to make a move as well. Peyton Grease right there in 5th, just waiting on these guys to make a mistake. Caution flag does fly. We're going to back this up here for a second. Looks like it is John Bragman who had some issues going into turn number 1. You can see that car never really took a bite there. Spun the rear tires, which turned him down into another car. Upside down he goes and was unable to get off the racing surface before the caution flag flew. You see a lot of guys, he'll hit the escape button there if they're upside down. He wanted to try and get that thing sorted. Sometimes you can stab the gas and get it back on all 4 wheels, but was unable to do so there. The caution flag flies here before we could get a lap complete. I'm not sure that Mason really wanted to see that. He got a really good start there on Davis, and Davis was under fire from Cannon and Griffiths. Now, the laps are winding down here, so he's not in any danger at the moment, but that gap is something that's very important. He's going to want to make sure that he gets another good start here. Otherwise, he might find himself under fire from those 3 behind him very quickly. Should go green next time by here. Lights off on the pace truck. Matthew McKinney up 2 spots. He's the real mover right now. Bragman, of course, off the racing surface at the moment. He's going to have to go to tonight's D main. We're going to have 5 laps left in this race. Mason Hannigan looking for another good start here up to the high side of the racetrack. We'll see if he cuts down. Not so much, but he did get that good start. Davis staying a little closer this time. Blake Cannon was the man that was, I almost said shot out of a cannon. Somebody smacked me. Great start for Cannon there, who makes his way around Dustin Griffiths. And he has closed up to this battle here for the race lead. Davis right on the back bumper of Mason Hannigan. Both of those guys on the high side, really working it. Davis trying to slide to the bottom. That might open the door for Cannon here. definitely closed the gap a little bit. You got to be careful. You want to be aggressive and make those passes because right now these guys are battling for the inside starting spot in the second row here for tonight's A main. That'll be the guy that wins the race. You can see Cannon there with the slide job. Looks like before he hits the wall, he was going to make that stick. Davis able to get back around him. White flag is out here. Mason Hannigan, only a couple of corners left, and he's going to take a heat race victory. Cannon going to be settled for third. Matthew McKinney is the man who's going to come home in fourth. Not sure what happened to Dustin Griffiths there, but McKinney coming from ninth spot on the grid to make his way all the way into tonight's A main. So well done there, Matthew McKinney. Having a good week here in DOB competition. That race went quite quick after we got that thing restarted. That's what I was talking. You know, Mason Hannigan is the man who's going to start inside row 2 now for tonight's A main. So he's going to start third. But the guy that finished second in heat number 3 is going to have to start 7th. So that's the difference. That's why Nathan Davis is trying to be aggressive and make that maneuver to get around Hannigan there. But at the same time, if you don't make that maneuver, if you can't finish that pass, all of a sudden you've lost time to the guy behind you, and you might end up starting 11th if you finish third. So it's a huge deal here in the heat races. You've got to start up front in the heat races, which means qualifying is important. And then you've got to make sure that you make every pass count. So we're moving on here to heat race number 4. Skylar Brown on the pole in the 10 car with Kyle Stoltz to his outside in the 01. Ernie Williams Jr. in that Black Diamond Motorsports machine inside row number 2 with the UDTV logo there on. Joe Quinn to his outside in the 901. Alexander Balducci and Kyle Moonen make up row number 3. Brian Johnson and Gregory Thielsen, row 4. And rounding out your field is the 008 of Cole Newhoffen and Justin Begood. That's your lineup. 4 of them will move on to tonight's A main. And we're going to give them green here off of turn number 4. Skylar Brown leading them down. Kyle Stoltz looking to get a good jump here. We'll see what happens. Not a good start for Stoltz. Opens the door there for Ernie Williams, who's going to take second spot. Holding it on the cushion. Stoltz not giving up, but we'll see if it's able to do anything with him there through 3 and 4. Not exactly. Oh, one car there into the fence behind him. That's Moonen trying to work that high line. You can see Newhoffen already moving up there into the 5th spot, but he's going to find the fence. He's stuck on it. No caution so far. He's able to get off the fence, but oh, now here Noonan goes into it. That's a pretty good lick. Not sure if that's going to see some damage there. Going to go back out to the top 4, who have a pretty good gap on the 5th place car of Alexander Balducci. Skylar Brown out front, but he's under fire from the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Both of these cars on the high side, but then Williams into the fence. Pretty good lick, but he gets it straightened out. He continues on. Still in second spot is Williams, but he's lost a lot of time to the race leader. He was going for that pass, trying to set it up at the very least. And now he's got a lot of space to make up to run down that 10 machine. He is closing the gap, however. We'll see what he can do here with only 4 laps left in this race. Move it back here to Joe Quinn. He's trying to make some time up on 3rd place. Caution flag does fly. I heard a little bit of a clang there. Somebody finding the fence. See if we can back it up a little bit. Looks like Moonen was not the car involved. So we got multiple cars there in the pits, as you could see. 4 to be exact. Newhoffen, Begood, Thielsen, and Moonin. So only 6 cars left in this race. It's Alexander Balducci and Brian Johnson on the outside looking in. We've got 2 left. We'll see if we're going to get another lap of green flag. It's very possible right here. Actually, it's not possible at all. I don't know what I'm thinking. We're going to come across and take the white flag, and that'll be it for this heat race. So Skylar Brown is going to take the victory. Ernie Williams Jr. comes home in second. Kyle Stoltz third, and Joe Quinn fourth. Balducci and Johnson going to make their way into tonight's B main. So Brown was able to hold off the charge from Williams there and earn himself a 4th place starting position in tonight's feature. Only one more heat race left here tonight. See the checkered flag flies. Drive under the flag stand. And guys will start exiting out so we can get going with heat race number 5. It's going to be another good one right here. Currently watching everybody load in. In this race on the pole in the 255, it is Robert Satterfield, and to his outside in the 072, Jeffrey Stewart. Tyler Curtis in the 205 inside row number 2 with defending series champion Vinny Sansone in the 080 to his outside. Alex Bison in the 12 and Chad Coate in the 96 make up row number 3 with Zach Kaiser and Nathan. Gee, see, this is what you do to me here. It's like Mike Krzyzewski. It's Kroposeski. Let's try that. Kroposeski, Kroposowski, Kropasweski. What do you think? Is that passable? Get that guy in the Twitch chat. Let him tell me how you're supposed to say his name. But rounding out your field in the 005, it is Braden Eiler in the Kinzer Sim Team machine. So here we go. 10 more laps. We're taking 4 to the A main. Zarduel the Great says, this is my first 410 race at this track, and man, is it slick. This DOB competition is the slickest that you will see on this sim because we do not reset as we go green here in heat race number 5. Problems at the back. That is Kroposeski. Gets that car straightened out, and he gets back going, but not before. Ooh, problems there as well for Tyler Curtis. He's going to drop way back. Rear end of that car coming out from under him. That allowed Vinny Sansone to take second spot there. Jeffrey Stewart still sitting in third at the moment. Chad Coate in fourth, but he finds the fence. That's going to allow Braden Eiler around to the inside. Upside down goes Coate. Big damage on the 037. That's Zach Kaiser. So both of those cars off the track. We are going to stay green. Here comes Braden Eiler working on Jeffrey Stewart right now. We do have a race for the lead. Vinny Sansone around the outside of Robert Satterfield. Move our defending series champion to the race lead. Braden Eiler, very, very good driver here at Eldora, has made his way up to third from ninth. Problems for Satterfield. Eiler narrowly missing him. We'll see if Stewart can make a move on Satterfield here. We're not sure how much damage he got there, but you can see behind him there are drivers coming. Tyler Curtis was the man who was out in a transfer position before getting loose there at the bottom of the track. He lost a whole lot of spots, and now he's going to make a move on Jeff Stewart to the inside of turn number 3. Tyler Curtis to fourth, but he's loose again. These mistakes are killing him at the moment. He's able to get the slide job in, but Stewart back to the bottom, regains that position. Currently in fourth, Satterfield with problems. I got to imagine that's the meatball flag hitting him there. I think he's done. So that's going to allow Curtis to take fourth spot. Right now, Sansone is the man, wow, not running away with it. Here comes the 005 of Braden Nyler with the slide job for the race lead. He's got it. Sansone settles into second. As these boys are going to take the white flag off of turn number 4 right here. Let's keep an eye on what's happening back here for the transfer spot. Tyler Curtis has it. Alex Bison wants it. To the bottom goes the white number 12, sliding up the track. He's going to make a little bit of contact there with Curtis, but not causing any problems for these drivers. Braden Nyler's going to win the race. Stewart comes home. Well, did he come home third? Not sure if Curtis got him there at the line. He did. Move Jeffrey Stewart to fourth. Tyler Curtis to third. And defending champion Vinny Sansone is going to come home in second place in this race, transferring on to tonight's A main. Zardul the Great says he needs a good setup. Any one of our friends out there in Twitch land who's in this race, see if you can send. What's your name in the sim, Zardul? Maybe we can get you one sent over, buddy. D-Main hitting the track right now. Not sure if he's in this one. Kropaszewski? That's what Weston Newell is saying there. Kropaszewski? Is that Czechoslovakian? I'm not sure. These guys got so many crazy names here. I got to tell you, I am a Hoosier, okay? What that means is I am a hillbilly. When it comes to French and Italian names, I'm not great, especially not Czechoslovakian. Don't even get me started on Russian. Actually, I do a pretty good Russian accent. I'd probably be fine there. I'm checking here, Weston. Zardul the Great, let us know what your name is in sim. Maybe we can send you a setup over. He's probably in this race, actually. All right, so let's talk about it. 10 laps here in the D main. Out front on the pole is the 42 of Justin Bagood. And Chad Coate to his outside. Anthony Marvulio and William Duvall make up row number 2. Peyton Grease and Kyle Moonen, row number 3. Nathan Kropaszewski and Blake Majulis in row number 4. John Lowe, John Bragman, and Cole Newhoffen rounding out your field. Lewis Rosenberg unable to make the call here. We're going to go green this time by. You can see Justin doing a little bit of blinking. Hope that doesn't affect anybody here, but we're going green this time. Either way, 10 laps, top 4 advance. Green is out. Good start for Bagood, but he's blinking, and I know that's having an effect on these guys. I can see Marvuligo seemingly trying to take it easy to make sure he doesn't make contact with that 42. Peyton Grease has no compunction, however. He's going to move around all of those cars and take the race lead. Behind them, Majulis coming forward there. A little bit of contact there. Lowe is the guy who's going to get the worst of it. He's sideways trying to get that thing settled. We've got more than just Lowe around on this racetrack, though. A couple cars in the pits as well. Let's see if we can back it up here and see what happened. Okay, so this is a lap 1 crash. Not the reason for the caution, but let's watch it anyway. See Moonen and Kropaszewski, as well as William Duvall, making contact. Duvall started 4th in this race, so that's a really unfortunate turn of events there. Bagood still having issues with blinking. Peyton Grease took advantage of it. Take a look at it. He's up 4 position. Blake Majulis up 5. 4th place right now is Cole Newhoffen, who is up 6 spots. Marvulio is the one on the outside looking in. He's got to find 1 spot here to make his way into the C main and continue. Jeff talking about making the feature there through the heat race. It was exciting, that's for sure. Weston Newell mentioning it's not Czechoslovakia any longer, which we are showing our age there, that's for sure. I'm not ashamed of it, I guess. He doesn't know if he wants to say who he is. Things are going so bad. Well, I'm trying to get you a set, my friend. You got to tell me. I can get you a pretty good setup. All right, here we go. Green flag is out. Peyton Grease, your race leader. Chad Coate in second. But he is under fire from Majulis. Marjulis is going to take second spot there. Behind him, Coate getting slid right now by Cole Newhoffen. Moved Newhoffen to third, and now the transfer spot battle is coming. Ooh, problems for Marvulio. He was the one that was coming forward, putting a challenge on Chad Coate, but he is done. Going to hit the escape button and get off the track before the caution flag flies. John Lowe now is the man looking for that fourth spot. Coate unable to hold off his charge. We saw Lowe had some issues there before that caution come out. And now he has made his way back into a transfer spot in D main here. Looks like Blake Majulis has been able to make his way forward. Peyton Grease now in second. Caution flag does fly. Let's see here. Possibly John Bragman there. But that is going to be the end of the D main. Marjulis is going to come down across the flag and end it all, moving himself and three other drivers into the C. Peyton Grease, Cole Newhoffen, and John Lowe transferring from the D to the C main and continuing on, extending their chances here tonight. Zardul says he's the moron that spun his tires from fourth on the start and spun out. Hey, man. William Duvall. Okay. So, are you going to be hanging around for the second race, William? Because actually, maybe we can help you out with a set for race 2. I got to say, it does happen. It does happen. You know, when, like you said, this was the first race of DOB competition, and you can't really get this kind of slick track experience anywhere else. So, you know, you kind of got to get that experience, and all of a sudden things like that won't catch you out as bad. I mean, I had one that was pretty bad at Lanier one time, which Lanier is a pretty good track for me. And we were in a heat race, and I don't believe I had any practice at that time, but we hopped in the heat race. And I think I was going for the transfer spot, and I went into turn 3, and 3 on the high side seemingly gets slick before anywhere else on this racetrack. And all of a sudden, my car went turning right rather than left because those wheels were spinning. And it was quite embarrassing, I must say. But these things happen, man. It happens. You know, you're talking about a guy who made himself look silly, but hey, I got a 4th place in DOB competition as well. That's my best finish, which is why I'm in the booth now. So let's get ready for the C main. On the pole, it is Robert Satterfield, Jordan Hack in second, Dustin Sargent third with Bruce Wright to his outside, Gregley Tilson, Zach Kaiser, row number 3, Curtis Merriman, Mark Broderick, Glenn Rockefeller Jr. and Blake Majulis, Peyton Grease and Cole Newhoffen, and John Lowe rounding out your field. 12 laps the distance. We're taking 4 onto the B main. And we are going green this time. Satterfield with a great start. Problems through the center of the field, though. Big issues here on the front stretch. Watching Bruce Wright trying to get that thing turned back on the right side. Let's back it up here. We're all the way back in turn 3 before the start. You can see him. He started 4th in this race. Looks like that was the 39 that kind of checked up, and he collected everybody there. So Jordan Hack just didn't get the start that he wanted, and lots of problems ensued from there. Let's see if we can back it up once more. We'll get a cockpit view here. It happens so quick, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the 39. Plus, it's the hardest to start on the outside of the front row. He didn't get going. Man, it's just... What do you do? What do you do? So, a lot of cars with issues here. James Tiernan says his dad says that I sound like a great value brand Woody Harrelson. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I will take that any day of the week. Woody Harrelson, whether it's great value brand or not, I'll take it. So we're trying to get everything sorted out here. Quite a large crash there to start the C main. Let's reset, however. Get the top 10 out there. Satterfield still in the lead. Dustin Sargent in second. Curtis Merriman is the guy that made it really work there. Up 4 spots to get his way into third. Rockefeller Jr. in fourth right now in the final transfer spot. Gregory Tilson and Peyton Grease, the men waiting to find their way through into the top 4. Grease up 5 spots. Well, actually, they're giving Majulis the spot. We'll just try to get them all sorted out here. But from the D main is Grease, and he is the highest here in the C. We'll see if he can make his way forward. We're going to go green this time by Robert Satterfield, your race leader. Sargent in second. See what kind of a start they can get this time. We didn't have a great start the first time. We'll try it one more time here. Green flag flies in the C main. They didn't have a great start here either. Dustin Sargent has spun and hit the inside retaining wall. That's going to give second place to Rockefeller. Third place, Merriman. Battling it out there. To his outside, it is Cole Newhoffen who's made his way up into this battle. You can see no front wing on that car. We've got another caution on the track. Broderick as well, another car. There you see the caution right there. I thought Peyton Grease went missing for just a moment. You can see Broderick, who's already missing his front wing, down at the bottom of the track, getting loose. Lowe's going to give him a little bit of a tap into Grease. More big contact there going down into 1 for Grease. That might be too much damage for him to do much more in this race. Currently sitting in 8th. And the laps are winding down. Of course, in the feature, we do not count yellow flag laps. But throughout the heats and the alphabet soup, we do. So, Satterfield, Rockefeller, Majulis, and Cole Newhoffen. Not sure why his name's not showing up there in our graphic. That is Cole Newhoffen in 4th, up 8 spots. For whatever reason, sometimes it just doesn't connect. So we're unable to see him at the moment. That'll probably change for the next race too, but you never know. Curtis Merriman, the man in 5th, outside looking in. He's going to have one more shot here to make his way into tonight's A main. We're going to have 3 laps of green flag racing action. Trekken says he'll be in race 2. He was taking a nap and overslept. Missed race 1. That happens. Been there. Looks like Billy Rowley's got his internet fixed as well. He's going to be looking to make race 2. Right now, we're trying to get ready for race 1. Going green this time. Here comes Satterfield. Much better start for second place this time. Glenn Rockefeller. But he's going to get passed there by Marjulis. Here comes Newhoffen on the outside as well. The freight train going by. As Rockefeller all the way back to 4th, and now he's got to deal with Merriman. However, Merriman has no front wing on that car. White flag is out. Satterfield has been passed. Marjulis from the back of the field. He won the D main. Now he's going to win the C main and punch his ticket into the B here. Second place goes to Satterfield, 3rd to Newhoffen, and 4th place in the final transfer spot, Glenn Rockefeller Jr. All making their way into the B main here. So we're getting loaded up once again. Appreciate everybody hanging out in Twitch and Facebook live chat. Got a lot of people watching. Love every single one of you. live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv and the DOB Facebook page. Elbows Up TV, the new home of the Dirty Old Bastards Racing Leagues. We race every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Tuesday starts at 8:30, Wednesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 360 wing sprints on Tuesday night, 2 races. Then we have the midgets and non-wing sprints on Wednesday night. And, of course, right now working 2 races of the 410 winged sprint cars. Let's talk about the starting lineup. On the front row, it is Shea Paulo and Anthony Lepresto. Row number 2, made up of John Harper and Alexander Balducci. Row 3, Alex Bison and Hayden Cardwell. Keep an eye on that Cardwell machine. We saw how fast he was. Got a little bit of damage in that heat race. Chris Roberts inside row number 4 with Dustin Griffiths to the outside. Brian Johnson and Blake Majulis, Robert Satterfield, Cole Newhoffen, and Glenn Rockenfeller Jr. Let's see if Majulis can make his way through the field here. Still only taking 4 into the A main, so a lot of work to be done for those guys that came through the C, but it's still possible. We're going to be watching them right here. Going green this time by Shea Paulo. Going to lead them down. Hopefully Lepresto able to get a better start than what we saw last time. He does. You can see Harper making a move there for second, but Lepresto's going to fight back. Here comes Cardwell. Behind them, Alex Bison had contact. Satterfield is upside down. Caution flag is going to fly. Back it up here. We can see all of that carnage happening in front of him, and God, Satterfield with absolutely nowhere to go. Here you go, start of the race. Satterfield hits the bottom of the race course. You can see up in front of him, they start fanning out. Yep. What do you do? We said it happens fast, and we were not lying. Shea Paulo, Harper, Lepresto, Cardwell, your top 4. Chris Roberts, main admin here in DOB, currently sitting in 5th. Blake Majulis all the way up to 6th already. Doing what he needs to do here, but he needs 2 more spots if he's going to make the A. We keep seeing these cautions, and it's going to get harder. He does have 14 laps in this race, but not that many once we get back to green flag action. Paulo got a good start that last time. We'll see if he can duplicate it here. Going to be working lap 5 when we take the green off of turn number 4. Harper in 2nd, Lepresto 3rd, Cardwell 4th. Going green. Really good start for Paulo. Harper tried to telegraph it, and it cost him. Here comes Cardwell, going to take a slide job for 2nd. 2 cars for Hayden Cardwell there through 1 and 2. Lepresto now battling off Chris Roberts as Newhoffen and Majulis come flying through, but they make contact. You can see him, that crash is still happening as Newhoffen spinning in turn 1, bringing out the caution flag. I'm going to back it up. See Dustin Griffiths making contact. That's the 12th car of Alex Bison as well. So we can get another look at it because it was Majulis. Both of these drivers trying to come from the rear. It's a big move here on the outside of Roberts, who was fighting with Lepresto. You can see Newhoffen sliding up the track, had no clue that he was going to be there. Really hard to blame him for that. He was pulling the slider, and all of a sudden Majulis had just a great run. But Newhoffen was the one that it cost. You can see no front wing on that car. And somehow, our man Hayden Cardwell took the race lead. He's up 5 spots in this race. Shea Paolo now in second. Harper in third. And Christopher Roberts in the 4th place. Final transfer right there. Anthony Presto is going to be the man looking to get around that 93 car. We're going to see what Majulis can do. Had that contact, but didn't seem to get any damage. Handful of laps left here in the B main. Top 4 are going to move on. Everybody else got to go home and wait for race number 2. Do remember, we will have another race, 35 laps at Eldora for the Race 2 Championship after the A main here. But first, we've got to get to the A main, and we are green. Great start for Cardwell, who got a big jump on Paolo. You can see Harper and Roberts side by side behind him, but Roberts is going to get the worst of it as Lepresto is going to go to the outside, take 4th spot, and work on Harper as well. Here comes Margulis. Oh, man, contact there with Harper and Lepresto taking each other out. Caution comes out. And if I'm not mistaken, that is going to give the final transfer spots to Chris Roberts and Blake Majulis. Let's back it up here and see what happens. We can see these guys battling it out. This is for the transfer spot. Nobody wants to give an inch. Harper going to slide up the racetrack in front of Lepresto. Both of those cars got loose. You can see Harper's car goes to the inside, Lepresto's car goes to the outside, and that was a recipe for disaster as they met in the middle. So, do believe that is going to be it here for the B main. That means Hayden Cardwell is going to win and move on, along with Shea Paolo, Blake Majulis, and Chris Roberts in the final transfer spot. Brian Johnson there in the 121, the unlucky man who's going to be the first to go home here tonight. The Make the Bottom Great Again train ended in the sea. Well, it is Eldora. Come on. Come on. I don't think the bottom's ever been great at Eldora. That's just me, though. That's grumpy old man who remembers what it was like when Earl was preparing the track. So here we go. Going to be looking at the checkered flag waving here off at 4, albeit at a slower pace than normal. But Hayden Cardwell doesn't care. He done what he needed to do. He got the win and moves on to tonight's A main. So we got a 2-minute warm-up session coming up here where our featured drivers are going to get a chance to find out what adjustments need to be made. Get their cars hooked up for the feature. You can see everybody flooding out onto the race course, get as much time as they possibly can. Riding with defending champion Vinny Sansone. You see James Tiernan struggling with the slick conditions early on here in practice. It's Williams there on the inside of Sansone. Joe Quinn with an early quick lap. Nathan Davis runs the 3rd quickest lap of the practice session. See him 3 wide there. Still got some racing grooves. We're going to see a heck of a feature here, ladies and gentlemen. Braden Eiler is the man with the fastest time right now. We saw how quick he was come from the rear of his heat to win it. Ernie Williams Jr. currently sitting 3rd. James Tiernan logging in the 2nd fastest lap. He got a win last week at Eldora in non-wing competition. 20 seconds left here. See how thin that cushion is. Off the gas to make sure he's not in the fence. And that'll do it. Braden Eiler ends the warm-up session as fastest. He's going to be starting up front, but we're going to see what he's got here. 35 laps on the way. Hey, Rapala. MBG Shell took a win in DSRL competition tonight. Congratulations, my friend. We're getting ready to see who's going to win this race right here. Man, we are in for one, too. We've seen plenty of cautions this week. And Eldora is a tough one to miss crashes. I tell you, I don't know what it is about Eldora, but it seems like guys just spin in place or are just unpredictable, and it makes it really complicated to miss crashes. But these guys are tasked with that for 35 laps. Yogi Smash, thank you for the follow. Stutters hit us with a follow last night as well. Appreciate that. We are live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv and the DOB Facebook page, getting ready for 35 laps at the Eldora Speedway in DOB WoO 410 Wing Sprint Car Competition. Your starting lineup looks like this. Out front in the Team SETI machine, it is Weston Newell, and to the outside, Justin Thomas. Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan inside row number 2 with Skylar Brown in row to his outside. Braden Eiler and Matthew Williams, row 3. James Tiernan and Nathan Davis, row 4. Ernie Williams Jr. and Vinny Sansone, row 5. Kevin Hanley, John Lepresto, Blake Cannon, Kyle Stoltz, Tyler Curtis and Dustin Helms, Craig Dunn, Matthew McKinney, Joe Quinn and Jeffrey Stewart, Hayden Cardwell and Shea Paulo, and Blake Majulis and Chris Roberts rounding out your field. Remember, caution flag laps do not count, so we will keep track of all the caution laps ran. But we are going to go green this time by 35 laps. DOB 410 action, the toughest dirt league in the world, going green. Great start for Newell. Hannigan also with a good start. He's going to slide up to the middle of the track, but that top side too strong as Thomas takes second back. 3 wide down into turn number 3 as Tiernan and Eiler trying to make a move on Hannigan. Skylar Brown there as well. Keep an eye on Nathan Davis. He's right behind these guys trying to work his way in. Tiernan, the only one making the bottom work right now, doing quite well. Weston Newell now with a slight gap there to Justin Thomas. Skylar Brown on the high side has reeled in Mason Hannigan. He's going to pull a slider down into turn number 3. He's going to try to stay on the bottom. Unsuccessful in that endeavor. Back to the top he goes as the caution flag waves. No clear contender here for the caution, so let's back it up, see if we can see anything. Well, I got lucky. That is John Lepresto who brought out the yellow. Contact there with the 205 car into the inside wall. Actually, Lepresto got real lucky because he hit that wall hard, lost the front wing, and then for whatever reason, the programming put it back on. I love that. That's a great help when you lose your front wing and the game says, no, you still have it. Very, very helpful. But that was a hard lick, and that's going to be a meatball flag and end Lepresto's evening. Let's take a look at our top 10. It is Weston Newell in the lead. Justin Thomas, Skylar Brown, Mason Hannigan, Braden Eiler, your top 5 right now. It is Blake Cannon, the big mover, currently sitting in 9th, up 4 from where he started. Trekkin rooting for Team SETI in the Twitch chat. Call out the guys you are rooting for. Plenty of characters in this league. I hope to introduce you to all of them before the season is over. Right now, who we are watching is the 222 of Weston Newell. White flag lap moved to lap 38 now. We're going green this time by. Thomas trying to telegraph that start. Did a decent job of it as well. See Mason Hannigan working the inside there, going to try to get back around Skylar Brown, but that's going to open the door for the 005 of Braden Eiler. Tiernan on the high side as well. Williams into the fence there behind them. Going to see if we can pick him up. Man, and the crash ensues. Caution flag flies. See if we can back it up here. We see Williams in the fence like we saw. That makes it really hard for Craig Dunn to get around him. He also collects Hayden Cardwell. See Dunn come into the picture. He's just going so fast. Kyle Stoltz got some of that as well. He lost a front wing and the engine cowling in that mess. Looked like Weston Newell had some issues too. Hold on a second. Oh, there you see it. Goodness gracious. While that crash was happening, there was a slide job for the race lead. Justin Thomas was the man that put it to Weston Newell. You can see Newell here just... Man, Thomas come up the track quickly. Nothing Newell can do. Let me say this. Justin Thomas has taken an end-of-line penalty. So owning up to that slide job is Justin Thomas. Good on him. He's going to start from dead last. But as we saw, Weston Newell now out of this race from the lead to the pits. Weston Newell, unfortunate turn of events there. Lights go out on the pace truck. We're going to go green this time by. There's your top 10. Lots of movers now. White flag lap now moved to lap 41. Skylar Brown, Braden Eiler, Mason Hannigan, your top 3. Tiernan and Williams round out the top 5. Blake Cannon still moving his way forward. That Swindell Speed Lab team has been very quick this week. Here we go. Skylar Brown going to lead him down. Got a win last week. He's the current points leader here in race 1. And he's going to give him green at Eldora. Eiler and Hannigan on the high side. Hannigan having one of his best runs in DOB competition right now. You see Eiler, how really tough that top side is at the moment. Hannigan going to make a move. Not going to stick. Is that going to open the door for James Tiernan? He's got to run down the backstretch. Just unable to get that car turned before he had to lift. And that allows Ernie Williams Jr. to make a move on Tiernan. Tiernan back around him, but here comes Blake Cannon looking to make more positions. Cannon unable to make that pass stick. Everybody back to the top. That's the quick line right now, but you can see how thin and dangerous it is. Let's go back a little farther in the field. There's defending champion Vinny Sansone trying to work his way forward, currently in 9th. In front of him is Matthew McKinney, who started way back in this race. He's making his way forward. Now he's going to try to make a move on Davis. Big slide job there, and you can see Williams getting crossed up in front of him. Now it's a 3-way battle. Davis is going to make the move on Williams. Let's get back out front here. Battle for the race lead. Braden Eiler in the Kinzer Sim team. Working the bottom here. Trying the slider to make the pass for the lead. It's going to stick. Brown fighting back in 1 and 2. Eiler with a big run. Diving to the bottom of the track. Not exactly sticking for him. Side by side into turn number 3 they go. Eiler's going to slide up to the cushion. Looks like he's going to... Well, you see that car step out on him on the front straightaway, which gave the 10 car another run. They're going to trade the lead back and forth. Lap after lap, why not? Have a battle here in Dirty Old Bastards Racing League competition. But as they do that, the caution flag flies. Kyle Stoltz in the pits. I do not believe he was the man involved in that caution. Williams as well, trying to back it up and see. Not sure where that caution flag landed there, but it's going to give us a reset. So we'll look at the top 10. Eiler, your race leader. Brown, Hannigan, Cannon, Tiernan. Blake Majulis up 15 spots. Mano Swindell Speed Lab cars working real well right now. Keep an eye on Cannon and Majulis. We're going to go green this time by. White flag lap has moved back to lap 44. So 21 to go here in this race as Eiler leads him down. Brown with a decent start there. You can see, here comes Cannon up the inside. He's going to make the pass on Mason Hannigan for third. Hannigan's going to battle back. Using the middle of the racetrack. Cannon working the top. Ooh, contact there with Hannigan. Oh, no. Unfortunate turn of events brings out the caution once more. Tiernan getting the worst of it. Justin Thomas finding his way into that crash. Rough race for him. So we can see here this battle developing. Hannigan and Tiernan and Cannon 3 wide. You can see contact between Williams and Hannigan pushes him into Tiernan, who's going to spin and slide up the racetrack into Roberts, and Hanley and Justin Thomas getting involved there. A lot of good cars finding their way into pit lane here in this race. Weston Newell getting torn up out there, saying that he doesn't believe that Thomas did that on purpose, says he normally races him clean. It's all good there. A lot of these drivers out here in the Twitch chat and Facebook chat as well. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Get in there and get some tips maybe. See if you can get involved here in DOB action. Cannon and Majulis making their way forward. You see old Heileman out there. I got to get to talk to David Heileman sometime here soon. Might get him up in the booth. See what we can do. But right now we're going back green. Lap 47 is your white flag lap. Here we go, Braden Eiler. Blake Cannon now making that pass for second. Brown back to the inside, unable to make anything happen. Ernie Williams getting awful racy in this thing as well. A little bit of contact there with the 10 car. You can see Brown trying to get back around him as the caution flag flies. We heard a little bit of action there. I'm not sure what happened there with Shea Paolo. He went out of existence and into existence. Parked it down there at the bottom of the racetrack, and that is what brought out our caution flag. Shea making his way into the infield. That's going to push white flag lap back to lap 50. Peyton Greaves, hashtag free David in the chat. Zardul saying this is the toughest racing he's ever done. Official races, he promises he's not really as bad. It's a big difference, man, when you get into DOB competition. Not only just the level of competition, but also the fact that the track is not reset throughout the night. The cars beat the heck out of it all night long. Whereas in official races, you've got quite a lot of moisture out there. It's a completely different type of racing. Well, we got ourselves a race now, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Cannon has made his way to second spot. Braden Eiler has been the fastest car out front, but making his way through the field along with his teammate Marjulis. The Swindell Speed Lab cars are coming. We're going green this time by great start there for the second place Cannon. He's going to look for a slide job into turn one. Eiler trying to get back to the bottom of the track and make that pass once more. Gonna make it stick. Both of those guys sliding up to the cushion. Cannon now looking to the inside. Big slider coming in 1 and 2. Getting around Eiler. Here comes Skylar Brown into this. A little bit of contact there with the 39 car. Caution flag waves once more. Tyler Curtis there on his side. We'll see if we can back it up, find out what happened. Matthew McKinney battling it out in front of him with Joe Quinn. Curtis goes to the high side of the track, makes contact. Wow, he didn't really hit the wall. He just got up over the cushion and turned the car around. All on his lonesome there, Tyler Curtis. Now out of the race. Lap 53 now. Your white flag lap. And as you can see, Blake Cannon had the race lead when the yellow flag flew. We talked about this last night. Sometimes you can get lucky with your positioning when it comes to the cautions. And Cannon, I don't want to say he's been lucky, but he timed it right. When that caution flag flew, he was the man out front. Now Eiler is the one that has work to do. We'll watch the restart here, see everybody shake out. I want to get in car to show you what these guys are dealing with here through the slick. Track is severely limited when it comes to grip right now. We're going green. Blake Cannon with the start. Eiler trying to get a good jump like Cannon got last time. Not going to happen. Skylar Brown in the 10. Trying to work his way to the back bumper of the 005. Cannon working the bottom. Here comes Marjulis. He's got a big slider on. Going to try to get around Williams. Not going to happen. Williams squeezing through, but you saw how out of shape he got with it. See if we can back up to that battle as Marjulis tries to make his way around. Now Nathan Davis trying to fight his way forward in this race. Let's get up here and ride with Braden Eiler. Show you what these guys are going through. Listen to that throttle control. You can hear the cushion much more forgivable in 1 and 2. He's on the gas a lot, but through 3 and 4, he had 2 big lifts last time as he's getting a slide job from Skylar Brown. Now back to the bottom goes Braden Eiler, going to try to make his way back around that car. Battle for second place here. Heating up the 10 of Skylar Brown with the slide job back to the cushion. Looks like Eiler is not going to be able to challenge. Davis getting out of sorts behind them. Williams into the fence. Able to get it straightened out, but not before losing 4th spot to Margulis. Matthew McKinney making his way forward. He started pretty far back in this race, but he's making some moves there, up into 6th now. Out front, it is Blake Cannon as the laps wind down. We've got 8 to go here as we cross the line. Lap 53 will be the white flag lap. Eiler still trying to get back around Skylar Brown. He's going to do it there. Skylar with a big run, runs into the back of him. Off the wall bounces the 10 car. He gets it straightened out. A little bit of cosmetic damage, but he's still going. Now, look, that Swindell Speed Labs car has backed it up. Blake Cannon in the lead. Braden Eiler second. That's Margulis here with the slide job. Hard to tell those boys apart. Margulis and Cannon running the same paint. But it is Margulis who's made his way through this field. Gonna make that slider stick there on Braden Eiler. Can Eiler fight back through 1 and 2? He's gonna try, most certainly. Slide job works, but here comes Margulis back in it. Contact between those cars, and Eiler is around. Caution flag waves. See if we can back it up here. We saw it happen. Margulis made the pass. Eiler went to fight back. You know, that's just racing for second spot right there. I don't know what more to say. You can see Eiler's car step out on him as he got up to the cushion. Not sure if he went through the slick before he got to the cushion, or he hit the cushion and that turned his car a little farther sideways, but that extra angle there is what didn't give Margulis room, and he had nowhere to go, and all of a sudden those two cars make contact. I'm not seeing any end-of-line penalties on that caution, so it looks like DOB admins thought the same way that I did there. White flag lap moved back to lap 56. So the laps are winding down. Lights going off on the pace car this time. It's going to be lap 52 when we go back green. Look at that. The two Swindell Speed Lab cars have made their way through this field. Cannon up 12 spots. Margulis up 21. Absolutely fantastic racing. McKinney, no slouch as well. He's up 13 spots into 5th, but we're going to see who can take this victory. Skylar Brown's right there, but right now it's looking like a Swindell Speed Lab party. Out front, Blake Cannon gives him the green. Brown got a good start there on Margulis, who fell back from Cannon. Not what he wanted. Matthew McKinney making a move there on Ernie Williams, sliding up to the cushion. He's going to make that pass stick, and now he's looking to get Skylar Brown in turn 1, but problems for the race leader. Cannon and oh my gosh! Absolute carnage. I don't think we've gone. Yes, we have. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Wow. We got to back this up because it was just a terrible turn of events here. You can see Cannon, who's going to make contact with the wall going into 1. Margulis, who was currently sliding Skylar Brown, came flying into the frame and made contact with the race leader. So now Cannon is out. McKinney as well into the pit lane. Let me see if we can go back and watch McKinney, because I don't want anybody to get a bad feeling about McKinney here, because he did not expect those cars to be going that slow. He's putting a slider on the 10 car, and the two race leaders have trouble, and all of a sudden he's already committed to that slide job. He's got nowhere to go. Billy in the chat saying never lift, but I put zero blame on McKinney there. That's just not, it's not something I'm willing to do. he made the commitment to put a pass on the 10 car, and all of a sudden the two race leaders were going half the speed they started out going. You can't plan for that. So, lap 59 is now the white flag lap. We can see Margulis inheriting the lead there. Brown and Williams behind him. Pace truck off the track. We're going green here on lap 57. Brown sideways on the cushion. He flies to the bottom of the track. Look who's coming as well. That's the defending champ, Vinny Sansone, making his way around Ernie Williams, who had problems. He's missing his front wing there. Sansone setting his sights on that 10 car. You can see how dangerous that cushion is right now. Margulis had a big lead, but he must have had a little bit of a slip. That let the 10 car of Brown come back on him. White flag is out. Here comes Brown to the inside. He's got the pass. Oh, but he's up. Oh, my goodness. That cushion caught him. We're going to race back to the line here. Problems for Margulis. Van Sansone's coming off of turn number 4. Can he get him? Not going to happen. That's the checkered flag out. Blake Margulis going to be the race winner. I want to back this up here. Margulis exiting out. Race winner, but still frustrated with what happened there. Let's back this up here for the final lap. You can see Skylar Brown getting a really good run off of turn number 4. He knows it's the final lap, so he's going to put a move on him in 1 and 2. He slides up, hits the cushion really hard, which turns him into Margulis, and upside down. Williams got caught up in that as well. Ernie Williams, I think, coming home in 7th. And there is your finish as defending champion Sansone somehow making his way to 2nd spot and nearly to the race win. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the excitement happens very quickly here in DOB competition, and I want you to stick around for race 2 because we've got 35 more laps of this racing to come. Don't go anywhere. Right now, I'm going to try to get these guys in the booth here, the Discord booth. I'm going to take a look here on the front stretch. It's Mason Hannigan who is parked there. Let's pull him into the broadcast booth right now, talk to him. Mason Hannigan, I do got to ask you, actually, the final lap was quite wild. Looked like you come home 3rd there, but talk to us about that race because you started out in the 3rd spot, but you weren't there the whole time. You had to battle your way back to get that podium finish.
Yeah, I've been pretty good with a 410 lately. I don't know why, but I'm pretty happy. Even though I was running probably, I think, 5th. Should have had 5th, but they started wrecking, and I guess I just got the lucky.
Yeah, it was definitely a wild race there towards the end, which we got some pretty good green flag runs there, but just all kinds of carnage ensued. It seemed like the track was really going away for you guys out there. All of a sudden, the top was very rough, and everywhere else was pretty slick.
Yeah, I started running off the top really good. I was up to 3rd, and it started going away, and on a restart, I hit the fence, and it knocked the rear end, I think, over, and it drove different for the rest of the race, so I actually started running the bottom and helped me.
You see, it's kind of funny. You got to make those adjustments. All of a sudden, your car has changed a little bit, so it's going to handle a little different, but it seemed to work out for you there. So, Mason, you got a good 3rd-place finish here. Seemed like that car was pretty quick. Can we expect to see you out front here in race number 2?
I hope so. If I do good in the heat race and just keep it clean, the feature I should.
Well, we're glad to see you out there doing battle. It was a lot of fun. Congratulations on that 3rd-place finish and persevering through this wild race. And good luck in race number 2.
Thank you.
So there he is, Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan with a top 3 finish here in race number 1. He's going to get ready for race number 2. Currently waiting on a couple other drivers to hop in here. We'd love to get the chance to talk to Marjulis and Sansone. Not sure if they can get into the Twitch or to the Discord chat or not. Shout out for Jeffrey Stewart, who got a top 5 here, his first top 5 in the DOB 410s. Everybody hang